So the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulginiti, Andrew Kauffman, and Mike Mayer.
For those of us old enough to remember a show called ABC's Wide World of Sports a few decades back, an announcer named Jim McKay used to finish up the opening with the words, the pride of the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. And here is our circumstance as we begin the 2022 high school football playoffs here in District 1. A few handfuls of seniors will play their last ever football game tonight, and a few handfuls of seniors on the other sideline will advance to the second round. For Strath Haven Panther fans, they've watched them go undefeated over the last 10 weeks. They watched them march through the District 1 bracket a year ago on their way to their 12th district title, and they're looking to defend that title, beginning with step one here tonight as they host the 15th seeded Vikings of Upper Merion. Good evening, everybody. Glad to be with you here at George L. King Field. The Panthers hosting, thanks to that number 2 seed, and right in front of us, the Strath Haven Marching Unit, the 12th man, has just finished their fantastic show. It's pregame tonight, thanks to Nick Pignataro and the band directors, and again, a good crowd starting to file in to see all the sights and sounds of the District 1 playoffs here on a gorgeous night for football. Unseasonably warm, actually. We're in short sleeves tonight. Temperatures near 70 degrees when we walked in the stadium tonight. Just a gorgeous night for football, as it's been most of the season. And the Panthers at 10-0, your co-champions of the Central League, with a rematch from last year's playoffs. They opened with Upper Merion last year. It was a 35-0 mercy rule victory for the Panthers. Looking to duplicate that tonight. But head coach of Upper Merion, Chubb Davis, and friends are looking to maybe turn the tide and pull off quite a surprise indeed. So coming down from King of Prussia, Mike, the Vikings here for some measure of revenge, and boy, would that put them on the map tonight.
Oh, yeah. Look, this is the way it's going to have to go. For Upper Merion to win this, they're going to have to play the game of their lives, and they're going to have to hope Strath Haven has an off night. That's probably the formula. But, of course, you can't play based on that. Here comes the Panthers, by the way.
All right, Panthers making their way onto the field in their black uniforms, silver helmets with white numerals on the front and back. Thrilled to be here in the playoffs once again. And, you were saying, Mike, about Upper Merion. Seems to be an uphill climb tonight. They allowed 350-plus yards to Methacton in a loss a week ago that surprised people a little bit, namely me. Thought Methacton wouldn't be up to the task, but Upper Merion, in a shootout, loses 42-35, and I guess the real thing that pops out on film is, boy, you have Strath Haven coming in, averaging about 400 yards of total offense, over 350 of it on the ground each week, and boy, you look at the film last week and say you're playing a team that just gave up ground and pound all week long, all last Friday night.
Now, an interesting thing about this, their quarterback, Etheridge, right?
Right.
He was interviewed on, I think it was PA football, and at the beginning of the season, they asked him what his most exciting game was, and he said playing Strath Haven. Even though they were beat, he said that the excitement at the field between the band and the playoffs and everything else, he just thought, even though he lost, it was great fun to play football there. So, of course, he's got another shot at it tonight. Hopefully he's going to feel the same way, at least about the excitement of the day. Certainly the crowds are starting to fill up here. Visitor stands are a little bit sparse, but the game's still 10 minutes out, so people tend to be last minute for high school games, since there's usually not a big parking issue like there is at some venues we know of. And, of course, there's no tailgating. So, but I suspect that, Upper Merion is not fooling themselves. They know they're going to have to come in and have a perfect game of football, and they're going to have to find a way, whatever that is, to stop the juggernaut that is the running game for the Panthers.
Well, in that sense, 16 seniors on that far sideline as Upper Merion in their road whites from head to toe with, again, royal blue and gold trim on the uniforms. But 16 seniors, many of them 2 or even 3 year starters. So this is a team that most of the lineup played in this game a year ago. It's not a team that's going to come in here intimidated or not understanding what they're facing. They're going to see a wing T. They're going to see an aggressive, tough defense, but Upper Merion has some skilled guys as well, namely a couple of them walking towards midfield right now. Big number 19 on your screen walking towards midfield is Nolan Clayton. He's headed to Villanova next year. He will be featured at tight end and defensive line tonight. May even see him in the Wildcat formation at quarterback. He and number 5, also at midfield, Zaid Etheridge, actually shared snaps at quarterback for all of last season, so both can throw it. And if you get them both on the field at the same time, those are two weapons that the Strath Haven defense most certainly has to prepare for. Dom Cacciavellani is also out there as a captain, along with number 33, Oliver Abenizio. You'll see him staying busy at linebacker. For the Panthers, Sam Milligan wearing number 4, Bob Fusca's number 40, Ben Faribaugh wearing number 89, and Anthony Crawford wearing number 34. Austin Connor, you see him standing at the 50-yard line as well. One of several seniors. Panthers, again, 15 seniors on their own, hoping not to see things come to an end tonight. And, again, lots of emotion on the line for both teams here as we get ready to kick off the second season of sorts. It's playoff time, and we are thrilled to bring it to you here on havenfootball.net. We will have score updates from several other games around District 1 at the 4A, 5A, 6A level, several Delaware County teams, but we'll try to keep you posted as much as possible. But the band is getting ready to rock and roll here with the Star Spangled Banner. The officials are getting lined up. The colors are at the midfield stripe, so we will take a short time out and be right back for the tail end of this national anthem and the opening kickoff. 2022 playoffs. Ready to get going here in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op or call 610-543-0900 for a mailed subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at havenfootball.net.
Are you looking to start an exciting career in the healthcare field? Then Keystone Quality Transport is looking for you. Keystone Quality Transport, the region's premier non-emergency medical transportation company, offers a full scholarship into a comprehensive emergency medical technician certification program. Would you like to obtain a National Registry Emergency Medical Technician certification and earn $20 per hour to start? Send an email to hr@kqthealth.com. Start your rewarding healthcare career today.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
That's the Star Spangled Banner, courtesy of the Strath Haven Marching Band, the 12th band, as we call them around here. And again, fantastic pregame show. We'll hear from the Upper Merion Band at halftime as well. Thanks again to Andrew Kauffman and Pete Fulginiti for joining as always. You'll hear from them during the broadcast and especially at halftime. We'll have chatter about the pro sports teams in town that have gotten our attention certainly in the last week. And also, we'll corral some scores from around District 1 and District 12 in playoff action and beyond. So thanks to everybody at the Delaware County Daily Times and Pottstown Mercury, Westchester's Daily Local, and certainly the guys at PA Football News for the Twitter updates and everything else. All the scores we will try to share with you as we get them. But here, Upper Merion will get things started by kicking it away. Strath Haven will receive the opening kickoff and move left to right. Standing deep to return, Austin Connor and James Fisher. And teeing it up for the Vikings is a two-year starter, the junior, Cyrus Palladino, number 18. halfway between the hash marks at the 40-yard line. And we are ready to begin. Panthers district title defense begins tonight in round one with Upper Merion. Palladino, high, end-over-end kick. It'll be James Fisher with a shot at the 10-yard line. Up the left hash mark, looking for a bit of running room, and it closes quickly as he stretches out to about the 28, 29-yard line or so. 1st and 10, Strath Haven, as they get started in their wing tee. Sam Milligan's your quarterback. Anthony Crawford, Bob Fuskas, and Austin Connor in the backfield. We'll see Chase Nangle there as well. From time to time, the tight ends, Ben Faribault and Ryan Weinberg. The center, Carter Law, Gavin Pilson, and Jackson Jeremiah are the guards. We'll see Cole Miller rotate in also. And Billy Brown and Will Luthold are your bookend tackles. We'll get to the Upper Merion defense momentarily. Panthers opening that familiar wing tee. 2 tight ends in front of Milligan. From the 28 on 1st down, it's Fuskas off the left side, pushing his way to 1st down yardage, carrying tacklers across the 40, out to the 43-yard line. He goes. Call it 14 for Fuskas on his first carry of the evening. If Upper Merion plays a 5-man front like we expect, it'll be the nose guard, Dom Cacciavillani in the middle, Elijah Davis and Nolan Clayton on either side of him. Defensive ends include Adam Pacelli and Mike Scavello. Inside backers, Oliver Abenizio and Dylan Ferraro. Justin Bez and will be an outside backer. Get the secondary in a moment. On 1st down, give on the sweep to this near side comes Austin Connor. Loses his footing, but catches his balance and will carry some tacklers to 1st down yardage again into Viking territory to about the 47. Nice work there by Connor, who looked like he was going to go down on his own for a moment. Nice work. The rest of the Upper Merion defense, mentioned Justin Bez at outside linebacker. We'll see Xander Gutkowski, number 30. He's in the game now at outside backer. Corners are Marcus Crittenden and Preston Thomas. Quinn Seals is your free safety wearing number 4. Connor took 11 yards on his first carry. Panthers, same set here. Wing to the right, Bob Fuskas. On 1st down, this is Crawford. First carry of the evening, and he'll be met at the line of scrimmage. Stood up very quickly and nicely. Short gain there thanks to number 54, Dylan Ferraro, the linebacker, on the stop. Brings up 2nd down and about 8 or so. Crawford, Panthers leading rusher coming in. 22 rushing touchdowns on the season, 1,632 yards, averaging about 8 yards per carry. Sam Milligan jogs in the play with Gavin Pilson checking in at guard. 2nd and 8. The Panthers will snap it from the Upper Merion 45. 10-15 and counting to play here in the first quarter. Opening drive for the Panthers. Milligan turns on 2nd down. Give is to Connor. Not much doing that time. Same guy got loose. Panthers are going to have to figure out how to block 54. Dylan Ferraro with consecutive tackles here. This one after just a yard for Austin Connor. 3rd down and about 7 here. And Panthers probably in 4-down territory here, but nice work up front by the Vikings to start.
Yeah, Panthers are obviously trying to test the inside of that line, and they're getting some resistance.
See if they work the edges here with 9:30 and counting to play here in the opening quarter. Wing to the left, Austin Connor. Tight end to the right, Ryan Weinberg. 2 backs sit behind Milligan. Give is to Fuskas. Off the left side, he'll run into a few more white jerseys there. Big 68 TJ Hanley at 340 pounds, tough to move. And Panthers looking at 4th and about 5 now. So, after picking up 11 and 14 and 11 on their first 2 totes, the last 3 carries for Strath Haven's gone for just 5. So 4th and 5. This will be certainly a huge spot here for Upper Merion.
Oh yeah,
to get a stop.
They can stop this, boy. That would be a huge morale booster.
Panthers break the huddle. 4th, and we'll call it 6. 2 tight ends again. T formation this time. Milligan under center. Turns, gives, going to keep it himself. Sweep to this right side. Has a little bit of room. Ducks across, dives near the 40. He's going to be shy. We'll see where they spot this, but I don't know that he has it. We'll see.
No, nowhere near.
They get, see where that spot is. Yeah, he's going to be about 2 yards short. Nice work by the Viking defense. They get the first stop, and the Panthers turn it over on downs to start the game. All right, Upper Merion will start at their own 40-yard line or so. Quarterback is Zaid Etheridge, 1,400 yards, 14 passing touchdowns. Running back is Justin Bez. Slot back, Preston Thomas. The wide receivers, Marcus Crittenden and Quinn Seals. Nolan Clayton is your tight end / H-back. Center, T.J. Hanley's Joe Zapian, Dom Cacciavillani, Elijah Davis, and Stephen Krause, the rest of the offensive line. Pistol look, 2 receivers to the right, and the keeper, rolling to the right side and dumping it to Clayton, who's got himself 7 or 8 yards maybe on first down catch. Nice work, Etheridge to Clayton for a gain of 8. Panther defense will have their hands full containing this Upper Merion offense. And up front, they'll go with Austin Connor, Ben Faribault, Jason Williams, and Jordan Drain. We'll see Jay Curtis in there at defensive end at times as well. Cole Miller will rotate in. Inside backers, Marco Kauffman and Anthony Crawford. Bob Fuskas is your outside backer. Strong safety, James Fisher. Corners, Chase Nangle and A.J. Glavichik. And Sam Milligan, your free safety. 2nd down and 2. From the 49, Etheridge. 2 receivers to his left. They give it to Bez, who gets maybe a yard, and then Ben Faribault, with help from Kauffman, slings him backwards. Forward progress will give him the 49 and brings up 3rd down and 1. So Justin Bez comes in as your leading rusher with over 400 yards on the ground. He had 2 touchdowns and 90 yards on the ground last week against Methacton, but that first down play, gain of 8, puts it at 3rd down and short here. From the 49, they bunch 3 receivers out to the right. Etheridge in the pistol with Bez behind him. From the 49, low snap, they give it to Bez. Looking for room up the middle, and he'll get second effort across the 45 of Strath Haven. First down yardage down to the 42. Good push there from Justin Bez. Looked like not much going on at first contact near the line of scrimmage. He bounced off it and picks up 7. We'll call it about 9, actually. Nice work there by Bez. And Upper Merion moves the sticks here at the 6:53 mark of the opening quarter. Split to the far side of the field, Marcus Crittenden. Nolan Clayton, wing to the left. 3 receivers out to the right, and they fired out to the right side. This is Thomas looking for a running room. There's a flag on the play. This may be a formation penalty. We'll see. And gain of 8 momentarily, but we will check the flag as it came almost immediately after the snap. So we'll see what the look is. Yeah, illegal procedure. He may have I don't know. I don't think it was not false start. It may have been not enough players on the line of scrimmage. We'll see. Either way, 2nd and 2 instead turns into first down and 15. 6:34 and counting to play here in the opening quarter. No score. Strath Haven turned it over on downs at the Upper Merion 40-yard line, and the Vikings now trying to make them pay. All right. Wing to the right, Nolan Clayton. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Zaid Etheridge. Takes the snap, fires to the outside. This is Quinn Seals with a running room, and he has a burst. And he takes a big hit there at the Strath Haven 40. Milligan comes up to punish him after a gain of maybe 6 or so. Brings up 2nd down and about 8. So, again, this is how Upper Merion wants to do it, to control the ball, short passing game. Maybe one of these quick receivers can break a tackle at some point and turn it into a big play, but they'll use this short passing game as really as effectively as a run.
They want to keep the ball so the Panthers can't score, obviously.
Slot to the right is Nolan Clayton. Bez in the backfield, and they fake it, and rolling to his right, they dump it out in the flat here. This is Scavello with running room across the Panther 30-yard line, ridden out of bounds on that far sideline down near the 25-24. And Mike Scavello, they're using that little sniffer position pretty well right now. That H-back, they're sneaking them out to the flat and say, we'll take 7 or 8 at a time.
If they watch the Marple Newtown tape from last week, that's what Marple Newtown's passing attack was. It was a lot of they threw some nice passes as well, but they were using the passing game, and we were playing them too soft. And, of course, at that point, we were up by 24 points. It didn't make any difference.
All right, gain of 15 on the play. 1st and 10 at the Panther 25. Vikings on the move here, 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left for Zaid Etheridge, who's 3 of 3 throwing it. Back to pass again. Firing to the right side. He's got a completion, making the catch, stepping out of bounds after a gain of maybe 8 or 9 is Marcus Crittenden. So take what they give you if you're playing offense. And
Absolutely.
Right now, a little cushion there on Crittenden, and he stops it just a yard shy of the first down marker. 39 yards passing now for Etheridge on his 4 of 4 throwing it. completions to 4 different receivers so far. 2nd and 1 from the 16-yard line. Panther defense on its heels here. Etheridge sends Seals in motion. And the give is to Bez. On 2nd down and 1, he bounces out to the left side, has first down yardage, and Milligan with a big hit, but at the 13-yard line, that's enough for a first down. So not a lot of room that time for the junior Justin Bez, but enough to get the chains moving. Another first down, and in the red zone are the Vikings here with a pretty good field goal kicker who was good from 45 yards a couple of times during the pregame warm-up.
I'm sure Upper Merion would much prefer to get that in for 6 points.
Yeah, they're looking for more than 3 right here. 1st and 10 from the 13. 2 receivers to the right. Etheridge dumps to the outside. This is Seals, who sheds 1 tackle momentarily, but then Kauffman there to clean up. James Fisher with first contact. Seals gets maybe a yard or so down to maybe 2 down to the 11 on his second catch. Seals a very dangerous kick returner. So just trying to find a way to get the ball in his hands with a little bit of space and maybe make a tackler or 2 miss. That time, the Panthers up to the task. 2nd down and about 8 from the 11. Clock ticks. 3:58 and counting to play here in the opening quarter. We're scoreless, but Upper Merion knocking on the door here. 2nd down and about 8. Low snap. Etheridge gives it to Bez, who finds some running room up the middle and then is wrapped up at about the 10, maybe the 9, before he's dropped by Cole Miller. So we'll give him the 9-yard line, and turns into 3rd down and maybe 6 or so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right. Well, this keeps the Strath Haven offense on the sideline, Mike.
Yep, well, that's exactly their plan.
Panthers had their shot, just couldn't convert. And
well, they kept running. Well, of course, they did that one end run. There was nothing there, but.
All right, here we go. H-back is Nolan Clayton on 3rd down and 6, just to the right of center. They motion him to the left. And this is Etheridge rolling back to his left side here, looking, fires to the end zone, has a man out there and is knocked away, incomplete, nearly intercepted. Sam Milligan almost hauled that one in off his shoe tops at just inside the pylon, and instead, 4th down, and looks like field goal time for the Vikings. 3:02 to play here in the opening quarter. Vikings looking to jump out in front as your kicker is the junior Cyrus Palladino.
Downingtown West leads Conestoga 7-0. Central Bucks West 7-0 up on East.
All right, 26-yard field goal attempt upcoming here. Palladino awaits from just inside the right hash. Snap, spot, kick plenty of distance, and it is good. Cyrus Palladino puts Upper Merion up early. Panthers will try to respond when we come back. Late in the first quarter, 3-0 Upper Merion. Glad you're joining us live or on the archive. Be back in a moment on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where a high school...
Cyrus Palladino has Upper Merion on the board. 3-0 Upper Merion. 2:58 to go here in the opening quarter. High end over end kickoff. This will be James Fisher backing up. Hauls it in at the 3-yard line. Looking for running room. Sheds 1 tackle. Steps away from another. And still on his feet. Pushes his way out to the 23-yard line. So good second effort there by the sophomore James Fisher. Panthers trailing for the first time in weeks. But 3-0 is certainly not insurmountable. But the Panthers need to find something, get something going here in the run game. How about Zaid Etheridge, 5 for 5 in that opening drive there for Upper Merion?
Well, you know, if I was Upper Merion, I'd watch those tapes from last week with Marple Newtown. I'd say that's their Achilles heel right now. They, you know, of course, on the other hand, you know, you keep throwing like that, and 17-year-old quarterbacks make mistakes. All
right, wing T for the Panthers. 2 tight ends to the right. Ryan Weinberg, Ben Faribault to the left. On first down, they go counter crisscross to this near side. Coming into the secondary is Austin Connor for 10. That should move the sticks. And Connor found a little running room there. Fuskas hands it off to his fellow senior for a gain of 10 and a Panther first down, a little more breathing room out to the 34.
Interboro takes a 7-0 lead on Bishop Shanahan. Springfield takes a 7-0 lead on Phoenixville.
All right.
Also, Upper Dublin up 7-0 on Academy Park.
2:25 to go here in the opening quarter. 3-0 Upper Merion. Panthers will snap from their own 34-yard line. Milligan on 1st and 10. They give it to Anthony Crawford, who lowers his shoulders and pushes his way out to the 41-yard line. Give him 7, and that second and short is more like it, where the Panthers want to be. TJ Hanley lost his helmet, so he'll need to check out. Big 68 in the middle of that defense is he's a space eater for sure. And Panthers have to find a way to get everybody blocked. Upper Merion will put 9, maybe 10 in the box most of the night, I would expect. 2nd down and 3. 10 men in the box here for the Vikings. It's Crawford one more time. Guard trap up the middle for maybe 2. Maybe 2. They were ready for that one. And, you know, the upside of this for Strath Haven is as they pound between the tackles, not much doing right now, but if Upper Merion gets too comfortable, look for a big play off the edge at some point.
Big play off the edge or go back and throw it.
Yep. All right, 3rd and a yard. Panthers trying to convert here from their own 43-yard line. Fuska swing to the right. This is Milligan pushing the pile for a yard or 2, and that should move the chains here. They're going to blow this dead? Yeah, okay. Forward progress stops at about the 45-yard line. Milligan picks up 2 and a first down. So nice work here by the Panthers, picking up a pair of first downs on their second drive of the evening.
But that was not the overwhelming quarterback sneak we've seen, so they've got some issues up the center of that line.
They're outsized for sure. They're definitely giving up size to this Upper Merion front. 1st and 10 from the 45, Milligan under center. Wing to the left is Connor, rolling to his right is Milligan, has time, looking, dumps it to the flat, incomplete. Oh, had a man
Wide open.
And incomplete. Milligan led Crawford just a bit much there at the 40. If he catches it, he might still be running. All right, well, Panthers will try it again here.
Well, that'll loosen up that box a little bit.
Yeah.
And if he had put just a little bit more on that, he had Weinberg wide open just a little bit deeper down the field.
Put the free safety in a bad spot there with 2 men, 1 guy in front of him, 1 behind him. And
but that was the safer pass, definitely, the safer choice. You know, good yardage, and, of course, when you get Crawford the ball that's always good news.
One-on-one for sure. All right, 2nd down and 10. Strath Haven with 47 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Trailing by 3, they toss it to Crawford looking for running room. He's going to lower the shoulder, and he is stood up immediately.
Wow.
Line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Nice work there by number 9, Mike Scavello, to hold up pretty well. And 3rd and 10 upcoming. Excellent job by Upper Merion here in the early going. Chase Nangle will check into the game at halfback. Cole Miller at guard. 24 seconds, 23 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Strath Haven with 3rd down and 10. We've not seen many of those this year. Instead of 2 tight ends, you've got Chase Nangle split to the near side. Wing to the right, Bob Fuskas. On 3rd and 10 with just 6 seconds to go before the quarter's over. Back up, they give it inside, and Crawford gets maybe 3. 4th and 7, and the punt team will come on, but not till we flip sides. And wow, Strath Haven struggling offensively here. 2 possessions, and they'll give it back to Upper Merion twice. So the Viking defense has come to play tonight. We're happy to bring it to you here on havenfootball.net. Be back in just a moment for the second quarter.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play. Mike Mayer, Andrew Kauffman, and Pete Fulginiti joining us. on the air, and Mike Clancy doing a brilliant job with the camera above us. First time all year the Panthers have trailed at the end of a quarter, 3-0 Upper Merion, and here we are, 4th down and about 7, and whistles beforehand. Let's say timeout Upper Merion. Okay. All right, so end of the quarter, and 4th and 7, but maybe something in the punt formation got Upper Merion's attention, and says Sam Milligan stood back to kick it away. So we'll see if we can't get you a few score updates in the meantime. And Andrew, I don't know what you've been drumming up over there.
Springford and Ridley tied at 7, 5.5 to go first quarter. Interboro still up 7-0 on an Abu Kamara touchdown. Then they turned it over on their next possession.
All right.
7:53 to go in the first. Springfield up on Phoenixville 7-0. Westchester Ruston just completed a 10-play, 57-yard touchdown drive to take a 7-0 lead.
All right. So Ruston, the 3 seed, and Strath Haven's opponent in the District 1 final a year ago. Boy, they are getting healthy and playing well at the right time. And Panthers here, trailing 3-0. Sam Milligan on to punt it. And Panthers ready to give the ball back to the Vikings here as we start the second quarter. Milligan steps into one and booms it. Angling kick heading towards Seals, who takes that 17-yard line, makes the first man miss, now looking for room up that far hash, and runs out of room at about the 27, 28-yard line. Maybe Shane Green and friends in on the tackle, along with 54 Sean Henry. All right, so Upper Merion, just their second possession of the game, starts here in the second quarter, but hey, you have to be feeling good that you have a 3-0 lead. Zaid Etheridge, senior quarterback, 5 for 5 throwing it so far. And the Panther defense looking to turn the tide here and maybe tilt the field, get the offense back out on the turf here in a moment. All right, pistol look again. Justin Bez is your tailback behind Zaid Etheridge. 2 receivers to his left, back is Etheridge looking on the slant to this near side. Has a man, it's Crittenden, who makes a great grab and hauled down by Sam Milligan as he crosses midfield at the Panther 44.
Boy, this passing game is just killing them.
30-yard gain. Crittenden on the slant. And, great job just getting rid of the football quickly. That's part of the effectiveness here. Not much of a pass rush when you have it ball out of the hands of the quarterback in a flash. All right, Panther defense on its heels again here. A little bit of surprise and maybe some uneasiness in the crowd here below us. Trips to the left. Tight end to the near side is Clayton. Bez on the left hip of Etheridge on first down. They give it to Bez here looking off this right side, and he is tripped up and slung down by Anthony Crawford. Nice work for a gain of maybe a yard, maybe one. Bez had a blocker in front, and Crawford said, that's enough anyway. We'll put you down at that 44. Call it 2nd down and 10.
Yep.
Zaid Etheridge struggled in the game here last year, was under heavy pressure most of the night. So far this evening, 6 out of 6 for 80 yards. 10:37 and counting to play here in the first half. Upper Merion with the lead and the ball on 2nd and 10. This is Bez off the left tackle, and he'll go for maybe a yard or so. Forward progress might give him 2, but nice work by Austin Connor and Anthony Crawford to make the stop. 3rd down, rather, and about 7. Or 8, I guess.
8, yep.
All right. But
well, they're definitely toughening up on the front of the line for Haven, but boy, they got to watch that passing attack, which is obviously likely to happen right here.
Shane Green in on the defensive side, and a nickel look here. Anthony Crawford with his hand in the dirt here. 3rd down and 8 from the 42. Upper Merion with 3 wide receivers, send Seals in motion from left to right. On 3rd down, back to pass. Crittenden is your receiver, climbs the ladder, makes the catch, but there to meet him quickly is Kauffman, or did they say an incomplete? No, they're going to say a catch, and he was down first. All right, so big hit by Kauffman. The ball popped out, but it'll turn it into 4th down and about 3. All right, gain of 5, and Panthers
definitely going for it.
probably fortunate that ball was delivered just a bit high.
It could have been a little higher. That would have been even more fortunate.
Fourth down and 3. Big play for the Panther defense here. Upper Merion at the Panther 37-yard line. Slot right is Nolan Clayton. Split right is Seals. Bez is your tailback in the pistol here at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. Play fake. It's batted in the air. It is caught by the quarterback Etheridge, and a heads-up play by the Panthers to make the stop anyway. Oh, great job by the Panther D to deflect the pass. An even better heads-up play by Zaid Etheridge to catch it. But the Panthers there waiting a gain of just a yard. And Zaid Etheridge completes a pass to himself.
Yep, that'll be an interesting stat. How does that work?
Well,
Andrew's working on it.
1 yard throwing it, 1 yard receiving, but the Panther defense holds, and they'll snap it from their 36-yard line. 8:52 to play here in the second quarter. Panther offense trying to get untracked here. Wing T behind Milligan. Motion man is Fuskas. You're going to get pre-snap motion, and the Panthers off schedule again here. 1st and 15 now, as 2 men in motion at the same time, and I don't know if the snap came a little late or somebody got a little antsy, but either way, Panthers 1st down and 15 after the false start. So Etheridge, I did not have him on my list of receivers as I'm keeping stats here by hand, but here we go. Jackson Jeremiah checks in at guard. Gavin Pilson takes a breather. Panthers now backed up to their own 31. 1st down and 15. Double wing this time. Motion is Connor rather. Naked bootleg here, and they were waiting for it nicely.
Yep.
Well, Panthers felt like they could have some success on the edges of this defense. Not so far.
Yep.
Not so far. Good job by Mike Scavello staying home and stopping Milligan after a gain of just 3.
Ridley takes a 13-7 lead. Springfield also up 14-0, and Interboro leads Bishop Shanahan 14-6.
All right. So, Interboro, the 1 seed at 4A. 2nd down and 13 right here. Motion man is Austin Connor. Give inside and running room and bruising his way across the 40. Anthony Crawford finds some room off that left guard. Out to the 43. Brings up 3rd down and about 3 to go. So nice work there by Crawford, taking 9. Modest 23 yards so far for the senior fullback on 6 carries.
The time possession for the Panthers has been way below what Upper Merion has right now, too.
7:40 and counting to play here in the second quarter. Strath Haven 3rd down and about 3. Gives to Fuskas off the left side, has a lane, and into the secondary he goes, carrying tacklers across the 45, down to the 40-yard line. Bob Fuskas for 17 and a Panther 1st down.
Well, that's a little more like it, and we'll start to see some run, and we'll see whether they're just going to be able to wear them down and break the holes open.
Panthers found some room that time. Jackson Jeremiah leading the way as the pulling guard. And Fuskas had 1 man to beat there. Nice job by Quinn Seals hanging on for dear life there. All right. From the 40-yard line, Upper Merion on their heels a bit now as the Panthers have 1st and 10. This is Fuskas one more time. Same play. Sheds 1 tackle momentarily, and then adding some help on the defensive side is 84 Andrew Haney stepping up to make the stop. Another senior for the Vikings. So to the 38-yard line, brings up 2nd down and 8.
Halftime over on South Avenue. Interboro leads 14-6.
On Bishop Shanahan. Okay, Interboro played the Panthers as close as anybody all season. That's way back in week 1. Strath Haven winning that 27-13.
And we thought then that Interboro was going to make a run for it.
Yep. Here, Panthers having some trouble. Trailing 3-0 midway through this second quarter, but on the move now, 2nd down and 8. Milligan back to pass, looking, has time, he's going to keep it and run. With some speed, momentarily cuts inside, squirts his way to 1st down yardage, plows over a man at the yard marker, and 1st down, Sam Milligan lowered the shoulder and barrels his way to the 26. How about 16 for Milligan, and that's much more like what we've seen. They covered Crawford very well in the flat that time, so Milligan keeps it himself, and the Panthers starting to find their sea legs here. First and 10 from the 26.
That was on Milligan. I thought he was dead to rights.
Broke that first tackle after about 4 yards and then took it for another 12. Wing to the right, Bob Fuskas, 2 tight ends. It is Fuskas on the sweep to this near side. Has a man in front, that's Pilson. Gets that block across the 20, spins his way down near the 15. Still driving the legs forward. Bob Fuskas on the squat rack down to the 15. First down yardage again, as you'll give him 12 more. Bob Fuskas now 47 yards on just 5 carries. 5:33 to go here before halftime. Panthers in the red zone for the first time tonight. First and 10. Good work here by the offensive line. All these backs block for each other so well. Tight end to the left, Ben Faribault. Weinberg to the right, T formation behind Milligan. This is Crawford, straight up the middle. He'll lower the shoulders, good pad level, underneath everybody. Down to the 9 he goes for 6 more. Whistles here after the play, and what do we have here? Timeout, Upper Merion. Yeah, they're going to talk things over. As Strath Haven trailing 3-0, but seem to have had a bit of a wake-up call. So inside the 10-yard line, when we come back, Panthers trying to turn the tide here. Trailing for the first time in, well, quite a while on HavenFootball.net.
Gridiron Club is a fundraising organization affiliated with the Football Parents Association. We raise money to support the Strath Haven football team and other Strath Haven sports teams. We could not be successful without the help of the following key supporters for the 2022-23 sports season. Our thanks and appreciation to Jessica Mudrick and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in Media, Haven by McCann in Nether Providence, KDI Office Technology in Aston. The Haven Gridiron Club and all the student athletes at Strath Haven are grateful for your support. Go Panthers!
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on HavenFootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Panthers with a 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Knocking on the door here. They trail at 3-0. Sam Milligan under center. Turns and gives to Bob Fuskas. Running room, and he's going to take a tackler for a ride. Scavello hanging on for dear life, but he'll have, I believe, the 5-yard line and very close to first down yardage, as Fuskas had lots of room off that left edge again.
Looks like it's a 3rd down.
Yeah, so he's a little short.
Yep,
okay.
1 yard.
All right, 3rd. Is it? No, they're moving the chains. The chains are on the ground. All right, first and goal from the 5. So Fuskas picks up 5 more. Give him 52 yards on the evening so far. He's in the backfield with Crawford on 1st and goal from the 5. They're going to give it to Crawford off the left guard. He'll drive forward. He's near touch the goal line. He's going to be just shy. Down to the 1 goes Anthony Crawford. And the Panthers smelling it now.
Plymouth Whitemarsh has a 14-0 lead on Sun Valley after 1. Upper Dublin up 21-0 on Academy Park late first quarter, and Garnet Valley up 14-7 on Quakertown late first quarter.
All right, here, 2nd and goal from the 1. Anthony Crawford took it 4 yards on that last carry. He is your fullback in the T formation, flanked by Connor to his left, Fuskas to his right. Milligan turns, it's Crawford off left side, into the end zone for the 23rd time this year. Anthony Crawford has the Panthers on top. After a slow start, 4:02 to play here in the 2nd quarter, and the Panthers have their first lead of the evening, 6-3, extra point pending. Well, Mike, took a little time, but Panthers have broken the ice here.
Yeah, well, he needed to get that score, obviously. Now we got to see him play defense again. Here we go.
Tim Steyer on for the extra point. Evan Menaker to snap it. Sam Milligan on a knee at the 10. Snap is a good one. Ball spotted. Kick with plenty of leg, and Steyer right down Broadway. 7-3 Strath Haven with 4:02 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Stick with us. Be back in just a moment. See what Upper Merion can do to answer when we get back on HavenFootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank? I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Strath Haven 7, Upper Merion 3. Anthony Crawford's 23rd touchdown of the year. As the Panthers in front now with 4:02 to go here before halftime. Upper Merion ready to get the ball back for the third time tonight. Tim Steyer will go with a short sky kick signaling fair catch, and making it at the 28-yard line is number 65, Adam Pacelli. So, Mike, Panther defense needs a stop.
Yeah, they sure do. I mean, this is where it's going to be interesting to see whether Haven's going to be able to put in some kind of pass defense that they can, whether they're going to play it a little tougher than they have been. They can't give them the amount of margins, whether they're going to try to institute a pass rush. I mean, right now it's working. They've certainly kept Upper Merion out of the end zone, but they have got the 3 points. But they have been moving the ball and keeping a lot of time in possession.
Zade Etheridge, 8 out of 8 throwing it. His last completion to himself, but not enough for a first down. Quinn Seals in motion on first down. From inside give here is to Justin Bez, and you're going to get a flag in the backfield here from the referee. So I don't know what we have here. Nolan Clayton thinks it's against Strath Haven, but you're going to get an illegal shift instead. All right, so 1st and 15 is where we'll try again. Back at the 23-yard line go the Vikings. So each team now with a costly first down penalty in their most recent possession. Strath Haven overcame it to the tune of a 74-yard scoring drive. Anthony Crawford in from the 1 for the 23rd time this season. All right, 3 wide receivers. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Crittenden at the bottom of your screen. And they'll fire up to the left side instead. To the slot back, and lunging forward goes Quinn Seals out near the original line of scrimmage and maybe +1. Out to the 29. And Seals give him 6 and brings up 2nd down and 9. So Etheridge, again, just playing catch right now. Right? 9 out of 9 for 92 yards.
You got to find a way to stop this one way or the other. I mean, he even catches his own passes.
Well, I think the Panthers just have to consider, look, if he wants to complete it at the line of scrimmage, just come up and make your tackle.
Right.
2nd down and 9. Etheridge back again, looking, firing. It's batted down at the line. That's Big Ben saying no. Faribaugh got his mitts on it, and it turns it to 3rd down and 9.
Well, that's a way to stop it.
Well done there by Strath Haven. I mean, if you're not going to get home on the pass rush, stop and get your hands up. Let's make it difficult. And that deflection caught by nobody that time. So first incompletion of the night here for Etheridge at the 2:59 mark of the second quarter. 7-3 Strath Haven. 3rd and about 9 here for the Vikings. Trying to move the chains and don't want to kick it back to Strath Haven here before halftime. Justin Bez goes in motion to the left. Empty backfield now for Etheridge. He takes the shotgun snap. Here comes Connor. They set up a middle screen, and making the stop is Fuskas. Beautiful job there. I love the play design to Mike Scavello, but Fuskas said nope. Down to the 31-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and 7, and then timeout Strath Haven to say we're going to come up with as much play clock as we can. Upper Merion, remember, will get the football to start the second half, so the Panthers stand to get it back here in probably pretty good field position here with 2:42 to go before half. We'll take a short timeout with them. Be back in 30 seconds. Upper Merion with 4th and long when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Selling or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-3
Nolan Clayton stands deep to punt it away. 4th down and 6 for Upper Merion. Now, again, he can throw the ball. He is a part-time quarterback. Snap, and he will kick it away. Low, end-over-end kick. It'll take a hop, angling to the far sideline. Chase Nangle leaves it alone, and out of bounds it goes. Strath Haven will start at their own 39-yard line. 2:35 to go before halftime. 2 timeouts for head coach Kevin Clancy, coming off his 275th win last week at Strath Haven, and all-time 342. Still stretching that Delaware County record for coaching wins. And last week, that 10th win of the season nailed down the 12th Central League title for the Panthers, co-champs with Garnet Valley this year. 1st and 10 from the 39. Panthers send Chase Nangle, split to the left. Wing to the left is Austin Connor. Fuskas in motion and play fake. Back to pass is Milligan. He's got Connor out here. Incomplete. Had a step on him on a wheel route. Incomplete. It falls. And 2nd down and 10. So man coverage. Post pattern for Chase Nangle cleared out this side. Couldn't connect with Connor.
Boy, but this is one of the reasons Clancy doesn't like to throw, because when there's not the hookup between the quarterback and the receiver, and Milligan's just off his game a little bit in the passing game. Of course, what's he throwing? 5 passes all year long?
So thrown 2 tonight.
Yeah.
Off target on both so far. 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 2:29 to go before halftime. Chase Nangle going to be split to this left side again. Same formation for Strath Haven. Wing to the left, Austin Connor. On 2nd down, they give to Anthony Crawford with running room secondary. He's spinning his way across the midfield stripe to the 48. Crawford takes 13. And that'll stop the clock momentarily while they reset the chains. Crawford up to 45 yards rushing now on his 10 carries. Fuskas with 52. Panthers 138 yards of total offense. All of it on the ground. 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 48. Panthers to the line. Upper Merion still trying to get set. Panthers being polite here, waiting for him. 2 tight ends. Play fake. Sweep to this left side, and lots of room for Fuskas. Needs a block from Jeremiah and gets it. 40, 35, 30. Cuts inside, stiff arm at the 20. Fuskas carries tacklers down to the 10-yard line. Terrific lead block by Jackson Jeremiah, and Fuskas takes it for 38 and a 1st down. Well, 37, I guess they're going to put it on the 11, huh?
Yep.
All right. Not too bad here. This is what Upper Merion was afraid of, not getting that last 1st down. You're going to kick it back to Strath Haven just before halftime. Clock stopped with 1:55 to play here. Panthers 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. 7-3 lead and looking for more. 2 tight ends. It's Fuskas one more time. Straight up the middle. He will go untouched up the middle. 11 more. Fuskas, a big run to set it up. And he gets the payoff here from 11 yards out at the 1:50 mark of the 2nd quarter. His 12th touchdown of the season, and the Panthers up by 2 scores.
What a drive from the Panthers there. 3 plays, 61 yards, and just all on the ground. Impressive drive. Took all of 40 seconds.
Yep. Beautifully done. And here, Milligan on for the hold. Tim Steyer got underneath that one. Will have the distance anyway. It's like a sky kick, but over the crossbar is all he needed there to make it 14-3 Strath Haven. 1:50 to go here before halftime. Be back in just a moment. Glad you're joining us live or on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpignotoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
Strath Haven 14, Upper Merion 3, and the home crowd, which for a quarter and a half seemed a little nervous.
Yep.
Now breathing a little easier as the Panthers have cashed in twice over the last 3 minutes of action. Tim Steyer, high end-over-end kick, angling towards Preston Thomas. He's got it at the 11-yard line, up the left hash, right hash rather, cuts to his left, and he's tripped up at about the 30. Good ankle tackle right there by Evan Menaker. And with 1:42 to go here before halftime, Upper Merion, knowing they'll get the football back to start the second half, we'll see what the approach is here. Do you start taking some shots and risk a 3-and-out, or do you play it conservatively and try to run out this clock?
Not only a 3-and-out, but if you're going to start throwing it, do you risk interception and a pick six or just field position?
All right, Zaid Etheridge, 10 completions in the first half already. Receivers split to either side, slot to either side as well. Bez in the backfield, and Etheridge is back, looking down to the far sideline, complete to Crittenden, who cuts inside and stretches to the 45-yard line. Gain of 14. Marcus Crittenden, his fourth catch already. 59 yards receiving, and Etheridge on the money with that throw.
No huddle.
No huddle. Back in is Etheridge again, looking, has time now, has a man in his face, throws in, complete, looking on that far sideline for Preston Thomas, well covered by Bob Fuskas, and pass rush starting to get off now with Austin Connor coming off that near edge. Jason Williams checks out, and now you're going to get a whistle before the snap here. Not sure if this is a defensive timeout or what. Well, we'll see. Officials want to talk things over with 1:11 to go here before halftime. And
118 on the board or something?
Okay. Okay, 118. All right. All right. All right, they're going to reset the game clock to 118. Second down and 10 for Upper Merion from their own 46-yard line. And see what they can drum up here.
There we go.
All right. Upper Dublin up 28-0 on Academy Park. And, all right. 119. Okay. So they're going to say 119. All right. They'll try it again here. 119 to go here before halftime. Two receivers to either side for Zaid Etheridge and the Viking offense. Second down and 10 from their 46. All right, referee's still double checking some things. And looks like they're ready to put it back in play. All right.
Your second down.
Second down after the incompletion on that far sideline. Jay Curtis in the game at defensive end as well. Here come the Panthers pass rush. Curtis almost got him. Nice work by Etheridge to get away. Dumps it to Crittenden for a short gain to the midfield stripe. Crittenden smartly stepping out of bounds.
Right.
Brings up third down and 6, but stops the clock. Nice footwork right there from Zaid Etheridge's. Curtis is coming in hot. Nose of the football at the 50. Third down and 6. Panthers trying to get the defense off the field, and could you imagine if they can maybe get the ball back one more time even before half? Two receivers to either side. For Etheridge and the Viking offense, he's back. Looking, steps up in the pocket, looking, eyes still downfield. He's going to fire back across his body. It is complete to Nolan Clayton. He is belted by Milligan, but Clayton hangs on at the Panther 33-yard line. Crowd below us wanted a holding call. It's not forthcoming. Clayton's second catch of the night goes for 17, and the Vikings go no huddle. From the 33, Etheridge just has the offense set. Two receivers to either side. Looking to his left. He's firing to that outside. Has a man out there. It's Crittenden one more time. Nangle drives him out of bounds. Just a couple yards shy of the sticks. But again, stopping the clock with 48 seconds to go. Etheridge to Crittenden for the 6th time tonight. That goes for 8. 71 yards receiving for Marcus Crittenden. This is a senior-heavy offensive lineup here for the Vikings. We said it in the pregame. They are not going to be cowed by anything. They've played here last year, and they're coming right at the Panthers here. Second down and 2 from the 25. Etheridge, 3 wide receivers. Back, looking to his right, has a man incomplete. Quinn Seals broke off his route in front of James Fisher, but pass off target. Brings up third down and 2. So, Seals, dangerous return man. The Panthers have chosen not to kick it in his direction. And all you had to do was watch the Methacton film a week ago. He had kick returns that somehow did not find the end zone, but he had a 77 and an 83-yard kick return.
Scary.
But he's split to the right here. Slot right, Nolan Clayton. 3rd and 2 from the 25. Etheridge back to pass. Looking, has time, steps up in the pocket, running out of time, and then they've got him! Down he goes as Austin Connor rips him down by the shoulder pads. And timeout Upper Merion now as it's 4th and about 4. Big job there by Connor. And now you're looking at a long field goal. You're looking at about a 45-yard field goal, which was makeable in the pregame for Cyrus Palladino. He's 1 for 1 kicking it tonight, but I mean, if you make the field goal, it's a 1-score game, and you have the ball coming out of halftime. Otherwise, you need to convert on 4th and 5 here to keep the sticks moving.
How long was his first one tonight?
26. But in pregame, kicking in that direction, he was good from 45 multiple times. It was not a fluke.
Well, there is no wind early to speak of, so it's almost like playing indoors.
Does not look like Palladino's in the offensive huddle here. I think they're going to go for it from the 29. 4th down and about 6 after the sack by Austin Connor.
Ball placed at the 28-yard line.
All right, here we go. 37 seconds to go. Panthers defense trying to get a stop. Upper Merion looking to cash in here, trailing 14-3, and now timeout Strath Haven. They want to make sure they have all their ducks in a row. So we'll take a short timeout with them. 37 seconds to play before halftime. Strath Haven 14, Upper Merion 3, but with the ball here late in the second. Be back in a moment on havenfootball.net.
Selling or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field, opening round of the District 1 5A playoffs. 4th and 5 for Upper Merion. They trail 14-3. They'll snap from the Strath Haven 28. 2 receivers to either side. Etheridge back to pass on 4th and 5. Looking under heavy pressure. Connor's got him again out near midfield. Ball popped out. They're going to blow it dead. And the Panthers now with 31 seconds to go and the ball near midfield. Austin Connor with back-to-back sacks to spark the defense.
A little help there from Bobby Fuskas as well.
Great job by the Panther defense. Now, do you take a shot here? 14-3. The Panthers will be kicking the ball away to start that second half, so we'll see if the Panthers still have a timeout in their pocket here. We'll see what they can come up with from their own 43-yard line. Loss of 15 on the play. Connor and Fuskas on the stop. They are in the backfield with Anthony Crawford. Fuskas in motion. On 1st and 10, they give is to Crawford with running room, and straight up the middle he goes, and look out! 40, 35, 30, it's a foot race, 20. Crawford pulling away, and to the house he will go with 20 seconds to go before halftime. The Panthers go 57 yards in the blink of an eye. Well, everybody in the building says, well, if you're going to take a shot, you pass the football. Nope, off the left side. Great cutback from Crawford. But, boy, when you go 57 yards and you're barely touched on a fullback dive, what a job by that offensive line.
Who needs to put the ball in the air when you have offensive line play like this?
Yeah, that's true.
Tim Steyer on for his 3rd extra point try. Milligan to hold. Ball spotted. Kick is away. Plenty long enough and good. Wow, what a turn of events. Upper Merion for a quarter and a half had a lead. All of a sudden, the Panthers have scored 3 times in the last 3 minutes of football action. 21-3 Strath Haven. We'll be back in just 30 seconds. Stick with us. You're listening live to high school football on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Strath Haven with 3 touchdowns in about 3 minutes of football action. Anthony Crawford, 57 yards to the house. Steyer, end-over-end kick. It'll come down to Bez here at the 23-yard line across the 30. Cuts out to the far sideline and leans out near the 40 with just 14 seconds to go. And boy, Etheridge, 2 sacks really changed the game right there. Upper Merion with 3rd down, approaching the Strath Haven 20-yard line, and Austin Connor gets him not once but twice, the second with help from Bob Fuskas. And wow, just like that, it's 21-3.
Yeah, it's tough to go into halftime when you're Upper Merion. You say, okay, we had them where we wanted them up until the last 3 minutes.
Talk about momentum swings.
Yeah,
pretty incredible. Panthers with quarters defense here. Snap. Etheridge takes a knee, and Upper Merion will say, draw something up in the halftime locker room. Well, the Vikings, fantastic through the first, 18 minutes or so.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Led 3-0, and then Strath Haven at the 4:02 mark, the 1:50 mark, and the 22nd mark of the second quarter suddenly have 3 scores on the board. 21-3, Strath Haven leading at halftime here on their home turf. So we'll take a short time out. Be back for some halftime chatter with Pete, Andrew, and Mike. We'll drum up some scores from around the area as well. Glad you're joining us live or on the archive on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-3500. Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. You can see the score at the bottom, 21-3 Strath Haven. But boy, it was a tough little first quarter and first half actually for Panthers, who actually led 3-0 for a while. Then they finally got the 7 on the board and then made it all work. I'm going to get rid of this graphic here. But Pete, what were your thoughts after watching this game? It was a tough first half for the Panthers.
Get my mic on.
It's on.
Is it on? I think I was a little shocked by not only the players on the field but all the fans in the stands when the first quarter was almost over. It was over, and you look up on the scoreboard and it's 3-0. I mean, that's not what the fans are used to. By far, Mike, we've played 10 regular season games. This is the first playoff game, but by far this is our toughest opponent. But Strath Haven kind of started figuring things out. They opened up a little bit more. They're passing, and once the Panthers got up 14-3, it seemed like Upper Merion's tackling was a little less aggressive. You know, when they were 3-0 up, they were just flying to the ball. But now, I think they're saying, "Wow, now maybe we're going to lose it." So anyway, but this has been a good game. I mean, in 21-3, I mean, they scored the 3 touchdowns like the Eagles in the second quarter. But it's a good game, and Upper Merion will be receiving the second half kickoff. So if they can come down and score, they could bring this game back. But they got to score on that first drive, I think, or Strath Haven with their running game could probably, put this game away. But
right. Well, the reality is, of course, if they haven't scored a touchdown, they've only scored a field goal. Yeah, I'm losing my mind here as I'm doing 2 different things. But the reality is, you're right. They're going to have to come back and score. Otherwise, it's going to, particularly if Haven gets the ball back, scores again, that'll be pretty much put a nail in the coffin, as we like to say, or I like to say, or somebody likes to say. Andrew, what were your thoughts?
It reminded me a little bit of the Eagles game yesterday in that it was frustrating early in that they couldn't really move the ball against the Texans. You saw the same thing here tonight where Strath Haven had a little bit of trouble moving the ball, couldn't convert, and then really turned it on late in that second quarter, and just 3 straight drives where they put the ball in the end zone, and that's where we are, 21-3.
I think in that first quarter, Andrew, Haven mentally came out thinking, well, we know we're going to win this game, and I think they got a wake-up call when it was 3-0 at the end of the quarter, and in the second quarter they turned on the Jets, and you saw the result. So I look for them to continue to do that in the second half. But what Haven can do, and they can throw the ball against this team. They could have had 2 more scores when wide open guys where Milligan missed them. So if they want to put the ball in the air, and if they start doing that, it's going to open up the line. They won't be in the box, and then Fuskus and Crawford can start running crazy. So I feel good about the game so far, but it's been a really good opponent so far too.
Yeah, they definitely came with an idea how they were going to play this, and it's worked out for them. And now we'll see what they can do in the second half. I mean, the reality is that when you come into a situation like this, and you're hanging in there, and then suddenly your opponent scores 21 points on you, it's going to be tough for them. I mean, it'll take them the better part of the half to score 21 points, and that's assuming they can stop us from scoring at all. And I think what you're seeing to some degree is, which is what happens with people playing Strath Haven. There's some fatigue at the line with trying to hold this running backs, and you're seeing some wide open blocking, and suddenly the philosophy is turning on them. So we'll see what kind of adjustments they make and what they try to do. But they're going to have to come out, I think, very aggressive in the second half, and pretty much kind of throw all caution to the wind, because whether you lose 21-0 or 21-3 or 51-3, it's irrelevant. I mean, you got to score points.
In the first quarter, where they were like gang tackling Crawford and Fuskus, and we were getting 1 or 2 yards. By the end of the second quarter, we were popping 10, 20-yard runs.
Well, because the block, I don't know whether Clancy made an adjustment, but obviously the blocking started to take effect. That was what was happening, is our blocking was being shut down. The linebackers were filling. If we had completed a couple of those passes, it would have been interesting to see what the change would have been for Upper Merion, because they were playing the box very tight, which happens a lot. But, neither one of those receivers were covered. Milligan just lofted the ball a little bit too far. He's kind of out of practice from very little throwing.
They could score in the air if they come out and try it. I know they can. They've got.
Well, as long as their running game is working, though. But again, I agree with you, because I think Milligan's got to get into a rhythm with throwing, because there's going to come a team that's not going to fatigue out, and it's going to be a team that's going to be able to hold us indefinitely on the ground, and we're going to have to be able to throw.
Imhotep?
Imhotep's a good. I don't know if there's much of anything we could have done with Imhotep, but that's another. But you're right. When you face that, you have to have some kind of change of pace. All right, baseball or football next in pros? All right, so we'll do baseball.
Well, the Phils.
You can't leave that many men on base against a team like the Astros.
They were in the last 2 games 1 for 22 at men on base, and you just can't win games doing that.
No,
they don't need to hit 3-run home runs every time up. They need singles, bases loaded. What would you rather get, a 500-foot home run for 1 run, or a blooper single over the shortstop's head and score 2?
But
that's what they got to do. Instead of taking that mighty swing, they got to think a little differently.
But tell them that 2 games earlier. I mean,
that was exciting, but it's more exciting scoring more runs.
Well, you got to play small ball when that's what they're giving you. When your bases are loaded, you got to play the small ball, or at least pop it up. Now, look, I mean, the Astros pitching was phenomenal, but you got to find a way to break that down, or else you're going to go home without the trophy. I mean, and I think they're in a terrible situation now going to Houston for 2 games.
They're in a rough spot. They got to win 2. Well, they got to have to win 2 games straight.
But they win tomorrow, and
Yeah, well,
then it's anybody's game.
Yeah, absolutely
series.
Anybody's game.
It comes down to 1 game. It comes down to probably Christian Javier versus Ranger Suarez in Game 7, and that could be.
Well, you don't know. I mean, you don't
know what's going to happen.
But the one unknown about tomorrow night is Zach.
How long is Wheeler going to go?
Is going to come out. Is he going to throw 94, 95?
Or is he going to be
or is he going to come
97,
98? If he's 97, 98, look for a good performance. If he doesn't, he won't be in there after the 3rd inning, because there's no, everybody will be in the bullpen. All hands on deck.
Well, no, that's for sure. You can't go home. I mean,
so we'll see, but it's their backs are against the wall.
And then the Eagles.
The Eagles. Like Andrew said, this game, it reminds me of little Eagles. Eagles came out last night 14-point favorites. They came out a little flat, and they let the Houston Texans just run this, go right down the field and score on them. Tonight, Strath Haven comes out a little flat, and they allow Upper Merion to come down and get a field goal. But both teams, the Eagles and Strath Haven, kind of got their sea legs and started to show that they have the more talent. And, that's what the Eagles did last night. They're 8-0 this Sunday. They're off again because it's, they play Thursday night. Next week they play a Washington teams, which they'll be favored again.
At home. They'll play
it just
at
keeps going.
All right. Any choice comments for Andrew? We go to break.
It's been a really good season from the Birds. Really good game last night. Faced a little bit of adversity, fought through it, and got a 12-point win against not a great football team in Houston.
And I think also, Andrew, last night we missed Jordan Davis.
Yeah,
those runs up the middle, they were getting 8 yards.
I think that was one of the big issues to start that game, was adjusting to not having Jordan Davis on the field.
Absolutely.
Against the run, which he's been excellent against the run so far this year.
He'll be out till probably December.
He got put on IR, so he's guaranteed to miss at least 4 weeks.
Miss 4 games.
So.
All right, guys. Strath Haven 21, Upper Merion 3. We'll be back for the second half and all the updates that Brian's been working on. So you are watching and listening to high school football right here on HavenFootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpignatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
Selling or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business, the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
Welcome back to the second half of tonight's game. Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods. Published since 1893. Steve Taub's Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Sandy McCulley at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Media. Give her a call when buying or selling your home. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Scar Pagnato Plumbing. Over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulginiti, Andrew Kauffman, and Mike Mayer.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Strath Haven 21, Upper Merion 3. Thanks again to Andrew, Pete, and Mike for the halftime chatter. And we'll take it to the scoreboard around the District 1 playoffs. It's a busy night, a gorgeous night here in southeastern Pennsylvania for some football. We'll start in the 4A game, the 4A semifinals. Interborough up on Bishop Shanahan 27-14, although Bishop Shanahan seems like they're driving late in the first half, and Interborough trying to hold them off the scoreboard before halftime. In the meantime, jump into 5A. This is the bracket where Strath Haven will spend, hopefully, the next few weeks at least. The top seed, Upper Dublin, on top of Academy Park, 28-0 at halftime. And Upper Dublin will receive the second half kick, so the Cardinals could get a running clock there shortly. Kennett, the 6th seed, leading at home 7-3 over Methacton, so a tight one out there in Kennett Square so far. The 4 seed, Plymouth Whitemarsh, leading 28-0 over Sun Valley at halftime, so the Colonials looking strong as well up in Plymouth Meeting. Here, the 2 seeds, Strath Haven on top 21-3. We do not have a score for the 8 versus 9 game. Upper Moreland on the road at Great Valley. We do not have a score there just yet. The winner will take on, it looks like, Upper Dublin, unless Academy Park can turn around a record-setting comeback. Looking ahead just a little bit, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but if Strath Haven holds on here, they will play the winner of Springfield versus Phoenixville at halftime. Springfield all over Phoenixville, 28-7. So the Cougars with a 3-score lead, and Ruston on top of Radnor, 21-7 at halftime. This is shaping up in the 5A bracket to have multiple rematches of regular season games. Springfield would come here. The Strath Haven already played Springfield at this field, and Kennett and Ruston also could match up again for the second time this year. Up in the 6A bracket, top-seeded Garnet Valley has had an explosive second quarter as well. 42-7, they lead Quakertown. That is aiming towards a running clock, it seems. And the 1-seed Garnet Valley will take on the winner of Ridley-Springford. Ridley with a late touchdown in the second quarter. They lead 28-14 at halftime. So that's yet another Central League rematch that could take place. Ridley already took a trip to Garnet Valley this year, played them tough for a half, but had multiple trips inside the red zone come up empty, and Garnet ran away with that one. So, hey, you never know what the second time around that could bring. Speaking of rematches from just a week ago, Central Bucks West and CB East, that was a 1-score game last week. Central Bucks West all over the Patriots tonight on the road, 28-0 at halftime. Central Bucks West taking care of business. Also at halftime in 6A, Souderton 7, CB South nothing. Downingtown West on top of Conestoga, just 14-7. So the Pioneers super short-handed right now with multiple skill players out with injury. Hanging tough with Downingtown West at the moment. The 4th-seeded Whippets could take on the winner, will take on the winner if they hold on, the winner of Coatesville, Downingtown East. So Coatesville leading Downingtown East 15-7, unless Andrew has another update.
15 all at the half in that game. Wow. Garnet Valley will have a running clock in the second half, 42-7.
Garnet Valley as the 1 seed, frankly, I think catches a break here with the rest of that bracket. The 2 Downingtowns and Coatesville all bunched up. One Downingtown East or Coatesville, one of them will see their season end tonight. The winner takes on Downingtown West presumably next week. So you could have, 2 of those 3 teams out by the second round, and Garnet, presumably, if they win next week, could see a Coatesville or one of the Downingtowns in the semis. One other quick score update, score that we don't have, the only other 6A score we don't have at the moment, Perk Valley hosting Owen J. Roberts. Perk Valley handled them pretty pretty convincingly in the first meeting this year. But, Andrew, you find it?
Yeah, I do have that score update. Halftime there, running clock for the second half, Perk Valley 42-6 all over Owen J. Roberts.
Okay.
And at the 4A level, Bishop Shanahan does get on the board late, 27-21 at the half.
Oh, we got a tight one down on South Avenue. Now, the only other 6A score we've not mentioned so far could be, on paper, the biggest upset of the evening at the moment. Halftime up in Fairless Hills, number 2 Pennsbury trailing North Penn 14-0 at half. So North Penn's defense, which has been more than, say, generous this year, they have found a way to slow down that wing T, at least for the first 2 quarters. So Galen Snyder and the Falcons have an uphill climb at home over the next 24 minutes.
And as you can see on the screen that we've got stats posted, it pretty much tells the tale. Haven's got 243 yards, none through the air. And Upper Merion has 121 total yards. 130 of them, because obviously there's been some losses, is passing yards. So basically 9 rushing yards is all they've got. First downs, Haven has twice as many as Upper Merion. There have been no turnovers and time possessions within a minute, so that's relatively even. That pretty much does tell the tale of what happened. I'm sure if we'd run these stats at the quarter, this would have been a very different looking. The passing wouldn't have changed, but it would have been a very different looking situation.
Well, Strath Haven's defense, even on that opening drive of the game where Upper Merion just marched right down the field, had a couple of big plays to turn things into 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6, then 4th and 6, and forced the field goal on the opening drive. And then thereafter has slammed the door 3 more times in that first half, namely in that last one, that last drive with 2 sacks of Zaid Etheridge to not only take them out of scoring and field goal range, but to turn the ball over on downs with less than a minute to play in that first half out near midfield. That sack that was a 15-yard loss gave Strath Haven the ball at the 43. One handoff later, and Anthony Crawford throws a 57-yard dagger into the hearts of Viking fans here. So, still plenty of time. And look, the Vikings getting the ball back here to start the second half have to feel good about the way they've moved the ball, but they do have to cash in when they get close.
No doubt about it. And I think they've got to cash in now. I mean, they've got to take this possession and score here one way or the other, because if they turn that ball back over to Haven and they score, that pretty much is the end of this game.
Well, Strath Haven will just see about that. The turnover battle has been a non-issue tonight. Strath Haven coming into this game, 21 turnovers forced, just 4. 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles by their offense through the first 10 weeks. So, again, they have just dominated the turnover battle week after week. But neither team turned it over except on downs so far in that first half. So the field position has been fairly even. And Strath Haven, again, with 4 fantastic minutes of football late in that second quarter to grab 3 quick touchdowns and control of this game at the moment. But Tim Steyer will bring the kick team out on the field and figure out where he wants to kick the football here. Probably not to number 4, but Quinn Seals, dangerous, stands back there at about the 15-yard line awaiting. He's opposite Preston Thomas. And the up men in that next row for the Vikings have been changed a little bit too. Nick Verano wears number 11. He's flanked to the far side. To the near side is Justin Bez. Both of them with reasonably skilled running the ball as well. So we'll see what Steyer has in mind here. Second half action underway. Tim Steyer approaches, and it's a low line drive kick. It's going to take a hop and fielded there at the 15-yard line. This is Preston Thomas up the hash mark, dances past one man with a head of steam across the 40. He's dumped, but there's going to be a flag back at the 40-yard line. We will see about this. This is typically in the neighborhood of holding or illegal block in the back. We'll check the flag, but this may be going backwards for the Vikings here. And hold it is. So backwards to the 30-yard line. A little bit longer field now for Zaid Etheridge and the Viking offense. Etheridge, I have him 14 out of 18 in the first half, throwing it, and to the tune of 130 yards. Offensively, Mike, you mentioned just 9 rushing yards, 9 carries for Upper Merion. Panthers allowed just 3 yards per carry coming in defensively, so it's been more of the same so far. Upper Merion opens the second half here with 3 wide receivers. Pistol look. Zaid Etheridge give inside to the tailback, and not much running room at all, thanks to a number of Strath Haven tacklers, including that's big 73 Jason Williams. That's the first carry by, was that Justin Bez on the carry, 22 in the game?
I didn't see it.
Okay.
Well, I'm watching the monitor, but
yeah,
I'm looking at other things.
All right, so maybe a yard. 2nd down and 9. Upcoming here, Bez is your tailback. 3 wide receivers. H-back to the right of the formation there is Nolan Clayton. In motion goes Verano. They fake it to him and give to Bez. Up the middle he goes, and Marco Kauffman there waiting for him at about the 34-yard line. So 3 yards later, turns it into 3rd down and 6.
I'm a little surprised they haven't gone to the air already. I would have thought they would have come out throwing, but I think they're going to have to throw it here.
Panthers think so too, as they bring in Evan Menaker and Shane Green into a nickel package here. Looks like they may just rush 3. 3 down linemen, Connor and Faribault flank Anthony Crawford on the nose here. 3 wide receivers. H-back is Nolan Clayton, and they play fake. They float it out there to Clayton, who makes the catch, and Fuskas is there to meet him shy of the 1st down mark. I think he'll be a yard short, or maybe, they might give him the 1st down. They're going to put it on the 40-yard line. Forward progress, I think a generous spot, but hey, nicely done there. Good one-handed catch by Clayton. That picks up the 1st down for the Vikings.
They're still showing 3rd.
Sure?
No, now what are they doing?
1st down.
Now
They're
1st
moving.
down. There you go.
They're moving. All right, Etheridge to Clayton for 5. And a 1st down, or 6, I guess. All right, so 136 yards throwing it here for Zaid Etheridge. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Etheridge fires to the right flat and complete to Seals. He's wrapped up very quickly. James Fisher and Bob Fuskas all over him. No gain, maybe a yard. Maybe a yard to the 41. Seals 4 catches now, but just 16 yards. His longest was his first one, a gain of just 7 early in the 1st quarter. And again, that does serve the purpose of a rush game when you're just trying to fire it out to the flat there with a 1-step drop. Panther defense holding steady at the moment. 2nd down and 9. Crittenden moves to the bottom of your screen, trips to the near side here. And they fire to the flat again. This time it's Thomas, who could not hang on. Pass delivered just a bit low. James Fisher bearing down quickly as well.
That might have been a hoofbeat thing. We said, football year, hoofbeats, and he saw what was coming. Haven certainly saw the screen coming out. They had, was it 3-on-2 it looked like?
Yeah, it was. But Upper Merion had numbers out here, and then Fisher closed quickly.
Yep.
But
the problem when you pass block for a screen is everybody assumes somebody else is taking the one guy, or you end up with 2 guys on one guy, and it's a problem. It's not difficult. It's not easy to do.
All right, 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Motion man is Seals to the right side. 3rd and 9 from the 41. Etheridge takes the snap, has time. Quarterback draw now, going away from it, and the Panthers wrap him up again. Down he goes. This time it's Ben Faribault. Crawford flushed him forward. Faribault there waiting, and they'll drop him for a loss back to the 37. Loss of 4 on the play. 3rd sack of the night for the Panther defense. What a job here by the Panthers. Etheridge, to his credit, he does a great job keeping his eyes downfield. But Panthers have gotten a hold of him 3 times now from some really late part of the 2nd quarter, and now here to start the 3rd. 9 minutes to play here and counting in the 3rd quarter. Nolan Clayton on to punt it. He steps into it and gets off a much better kick this time. Fair catch signaled for and made by Chase Nangle at the 28-29 yard line for the Panthers. And silver and black get the offense on the field for the first time here since halftime. They lead 21-3 with 8:52 to go in the 3rd.
And this is going to be a very important, series, because I think that you're going to see, if Haven if they can't stop Haven from scoring here, it just makes it very difficult. Not impossible, but very difficult for Merion to really come back and try to win this.
Panthers will snap near the far hash mark with Fuskas and Crawford in the backfield. Austin Connor wing to the left. Connor comes in motion to the near side. Give is to Anthony Crawford. Up the gut he goes for a couple. Not much else.
Nice stop. I mean,
Maybe a 31. And Upper Merion again. Their middle of that defense has done a nice job for a number of plays. Really, like we said, first quarter and a half, Panthers got next to nothing going.
Yep. And if there's a fatigue factor, they're obviously rested, although there's a few both-way players, typical for high school.
Pennsbury gets on the scoreboard 14-7 now.
Okay, close, getting a little closer up there. T formation for the Panthers, 2 tight ends in front of Milligan. 2nd down and 8. From the 32, they walk 10 men to the line. Milligan going to keep it himself off the right side. Good speed and undercut at the 35. Football and Sam lean out to the 36. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 3. So give Milligan 4 more. Brings up 3rd down here with 7:50 and counting to play here.
And this is definitely, we got to make a 1st down here. You're not going to hold on to the ball if you can't get to that, unless you're right on top of the yardstick.
That Pennsbury score came after recovering the opening kickoff of the second half.
Like an onside kick? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 2 tight ends, wing to the right. On 3rd down and about 3. Give is to Crawford. Right up the middle he goes. Secondary, 50, 45, foot race now. 1 man to beat, 30, 25, 20. Crawford steps away at the 15 and takes it in again. 70, 64 yards later. Anthony Crawford found a seam. And the Panthers, again, with some explosive running. And this is really the challenge, right? You're putting 9-10 men in the box. It just takes one missed tackle or one block that somebody in the wrong gap, and Crawford goes the distance again. Tim Steyer on for the 4th extra point of the evening. Menaker to snap it. It's a good one. Ball spotted. Kick is away. Steyer, 4 out of 4. 28-3 Strath Haven. 7:20 to go here in the 3rd. Stick with us. We'll be back in just a moment. See if Upper Merion can answer on havenfootball.net.
This video and audio broadcast is copyrighted by havenfootball.net Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any other use of these broadcasts or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without a havenfootball.net Incorporated's expressed written permission is prohibited.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back. Strath Haven really has found their groove here from the 4:02 mark of the 2nd quarter on. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns in just a matter of minutes. Anthony Crawford goes 64 to the house on 3rd and 3. And the Panthers now lead 28-3. Tim Steyer ready to kick it away. Going to go with a short angled kick. It's going to field on a back pedal at the 23-yard line. Looking for running room across the 35. 40 still on his feet to the 43-yard line. Goes Madison Tatum, number 28, his first touch of the night. Sets up the Vikings out near the 44 with 7:12 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, it's been, the football that Haven wanted to play from the 2nd quarter on. First quarter was a little scary. But that's well behind us now.
You need some adversity, don't you, at some point?
Oh, you do. I just would prefer it during the season. But, yeah, the regular season.
It's fine to happen early in the first playoff game, too.
It's true. That's true.
3 wide receivers for Zade Etheridge and the Viking offense. H-back is Nolan Clayton. Justin Bez is the tailback in the pistol. Bez off the right side, cuts back, and Ben Faribault wraps him up quickly. Maybe the line of scrimmage. That's about it. 2nd down and 10 upcoming. Bez 8 carries for just 18 yards. By my count, Andrews got him for more than that. 9 for 20. He's much more. You're much more likely. I'm trying to talk and write at the same time here.
Yep.
Andrew's all over it.
And he's got a computer doing the math for him. So
even better.
Yep.
6:42 and counting to play here in the 3rd. Upper Merion trying to get some momentum back momentum that they frankly had for the first quarter and a half. 2 stops on Strath Haven's opening 2 possessions. A 26-yard field goal, had the lead for the first, almost 18 minutes of this game. Back to pass, Etheridge fires to the right side. It's complete, and Seals stop on a dime, cuts outside, and Sam Milligan drives him out of bounds at the Strath Haven 45, but a terrific cut by Quinn Seals. They finally got it to him in with a little bit of space, and a 13-yard gain for Seals. Good for a Viking first down.
Yeah, I think they just got to continue to do that until Haven figures out a way to stop them. The scary part, of course, is, you're worried about interceptions, turnovers, things like that. And, of course, a hard rush by the Panthers. But Upper Merion doesn't have time now. They've got to get downfield.
Receivers split to either side. Slot to the left, wing to the right. Motion man is Scavello. Give is to Bez. Follows Scavello off that right side. Bounces it. Still has room on that far edge. And leans across the 40 to the 39. Gain of 6 for the junior Justin Bez. Bez will be, might be feeling a little lonely next year as you look at this Upper Merion offense that has Bez and Elijah Davis as juniors. Everybody else graduates in June. So just 2 offensive starters coming back next year for the Vikings. They will have to reload it, but still plenty of time to go here. 2nd down and 4 from the Panther 39. They fire to the right flat. This is Seals again. He is met in the backfield this time. Boy, the Panthers closed quickly, and a nice tackle by Chase Nangle in the open field. Drops them back at the 43. They'll lose 4 on the play. So it'll bring up 3rd down and about 8.
Yeah, that play just takes too long to develop. You see the guy out there, quarterback turns to him, he hesitates for a second or two, and that just allows the cornerbacks and safeties to come rushing up because they know what he was going to do. If he could pull that play off and fake that throw and throw someplace else, that would be $1 million play.
3rd and 8 from the 43. Here comes motion to the near side here. And Etheridge back, looking, fires down the seam, has Clayton the big target at the hash mark. Stiff arm on Fisher, wrapped up by Milligan as he lunges down to the 28-yard line. 15 yards later, biggest target on the field, has his 3rd catch of the evening. And another Viking first down. So Clayton, 4th catch of the night. He's up to 47 yards.
Upper Merion is now 161 yards in the air. That's pretty impressive.
19 out of 24 throwing it for Zaid Etheridge. He sends 3 receivers to the right side. Single setback behind him is Justin Bez. Give inside zone run here for Bez, and Anthony Crawford is there to meet him fairly quickly, but forward progress will give him the Panther 25-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7.
That was a nice size hole, but it did close down pretty rapidly.
Clock ticks. 3:55 and counting to play here in the 3rd quarter. Strath Haven 28, Upper Merion 3. Vikings marching now. This is where they've kind of hit the wall on this part of the field on their last several drives. 2nd down and a manageable 6. Back to pass is Etheridge off the play fake. Looking, he pump fakes, brings it back down, and now a good decision to fire it well out of bounds and avoid the sack as Austin Connor was bearing down quickly. Incomplete. Lose the battle and try to win the war. Good decision by Etheridge to give himself another shot here, 3rd and 6.
Well, as you pointed out, this is where they've been stopped. This is where they just can't seem to make the connections. Of course, the field does shorten. It allows pass coverage to be tighter. So there are reasons for that, but and they really still haven't established much of a running game, although they've had a couple of nice runs.
Springfield now leading Phoenixville 35-7. Looking more and more like the Cougars will be headed here next Friday night. If the Vikings can't get something going quickly here. Back on 3rd and 6, heavy pressure, down the seam, has a man out there. It is caught, terrific catch. Ooh. Good coverage by Nangle, but good position right there. That's Crittenden hauling it in down at the 1-yard line.
Wow.
Boy, the Panthers.
Faribault seemed to have backed off a little bit for that. When Faribault got there, he seemed I don't know if he thought the pass was gone or.
It really seemed like they had a host of defenders right in the backfield, right in Etheridge's face, and just didn't make a tackle.
A little pump fake there, a little double clutch by Etheridge, and had one-on-one coverage in the middle of the field, and good delivery from Etheridge. First and goal to go from the 1. Etheridge talks to Mike Scavello, sets him up in front here. Motion man is Quinn Seals. They fake the jet. Oh, it hit him in the hip, and now the Panthers are on it. Oh, boy, self-destruction there for the Vikings. It hit the motion man in the hip, and Jay Curtis pounces on it at the 4. Oh, my goodness, Jay Curtis.
Just a bad time snap.
Snap hit Seals right on the hip as they were either looking to go with a jet sweep or fake it. Either way, disaster for Upper Merion. First and goal from the 1. And the Panthers take over now. First and 10 at their own 5. Ouch.
Yeah, ouch is right. Boy, that's.
I understand the idea of sticking with your offensive plan, but boy, that shotgun snap from the 1 always has me scratching my head. On first down, on the sweep to this near side, Panthers trying to get a little room. This is Austin Connor, who is stood up at about the line of scrimmage, not much more. Clock will continue to tick, I guess, and sweep to this near side gets maybe a yard, if that. So called second down and about 10. As Connor met there by a few white jerseys. Nice job stringing it out by the Viking defense. 2:10 and counting to play here in the third quarter. Ball at the 6-yard line. So second and a long 9 here. Panthers trying to come up with something here to stretch this 28-3 lead. Fuskas and Crawford in the backfield. Wing to the right is Austin Connor. Motion man is Fuskas. It's Crawford up the middle. Stiff arms his way out across the 10 to about the 14. And he'll turn it into third down and 2. 7 more for Crawford. I have him for 175 yards on 14 carries and 3 scores. He's been a monster tonight. 2 of those runs really got the bulk of it, though, didn't it? They have,
yeah, it's
they've held him in check. You look at just the line by line, his first several runs. At one moment, through 7 carries, he was only averaging about 3 yards per carry, and then since then, the floodgates have opened. 3rd and 2 from the 13. Milligan on the quarterback keeper gets some help from his buddy with a push from the back, and he's still carrying people across the 25-yard line out to the 28. He got 15 yards on that run.
Yeah.
On a quarterback dive. That's Milligan's second longest run of the night.
Oh, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Even the dives weren't working for Haven in that first quarter. But again, it's part of it's a fatigue factor. There's a lot of factors that go into it. You know, the energy level in the first few minutes of a game are always super high.
45 seconds to go here in the third. Panthers 1st and 10 at their 28-yard line. Milligan takes the snap, give is to Crawford, and met in the backfield, still going to push the pile across the 30 out to the 32, so 31, 32 maybe. Crawford's still going to pick up 4 yards. Second down and 6. Pretty significant push there up front there as Crawford was hit almost immediately as he took the handoff. 16 seconds, 15 seconds, and the Panthers will say, we're going to walk to the other end of the field and try this again to start the fourth quarter. Well, Panthers in business now as they start the fourth, 28-3, silver and black on top and with the football. When we come back for fourth quarter action, the opening round of the 5A District 1 playoffs, be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Welcome to Allstate, where everyone saves when they bundle their home and auto insurance. Isn't that right, Frank?
I saved 25%. Booyah.
You protected your casa?
Sure did.
And the Frank tank?
You know it.
And now you're relaxing.
I'm working from home.
Sure you are. Save up to 25% when you bundle home and auto with Allstate.
Your local Allstate agent is Steve Taub in media. Give him a call at 610-566-5000. 3500.
This is Keith Jackson. You're listening to High School Football right here on Haven Football.
Fourth quarter action ready to begin here in the opening round of the playoffs. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play. Andrew Kauffman and Mike Mayer doing the stats and engineering. Pete Fulginiti with the spotting and halftime chatter. And Mike Clancy with a brilliant job on the camera all season. Strath Haven 28, Upper Merion 3. Second down and 6 for the Panthers from their own 32 as we begin the fourth stanza. Panthers trying to extend the season at least one more week and be back here next Friday night. Second down and 6. This is Bob Fuskas. On the cutback, he'll go across the 35 to maybe the 37, 38. I think still a yard shy of the first down, so Fuskas for 5 more. That's, believe it or not, his first carry of the second half. Fuskas over 100 yards in the first half alone. Now, third down and about a yard to go here for Strath Haven.
I think they're another
late in the third quarter, Pennsbury ties it up with North Penn 14-all.
Oh.
Okay, come back for the Falcons. Here, 3rd and 1 from their own 37. Panthers looking at 10 men in the box. It's Fuskas one more time, secondary, and he'll drive across the 45 out to the 48. And Fuskas takes 11 more and another Panther first down.
Well, this is, kind of what we expected to happen. Upper Merion's doing everything they can, but it's just, first of all, they've got to obviously contain Haven to a yard or two gain in the first couple of plays to give it a 3rd and long. And then, of course, be able to contain that running system for that 7 yard needed or, for the first down. And they just have not been able to stop the Panthers in this half.
1st and 10 at their own 49. Strath Haven in business now, 28-3. Here early in the fourth. Austin Connor wing to the left. This is Anthony Crawford off that left side, and he'll be near first down yardage again. I guess maybe a couple yards shy, but got a good head of steam there off the left. And 2nd down and 2 upcoming. Crawford now 186 yards on 16 carries and 3 scores. Bob Fuskas 10 carries for 116 and a touchdown as well.
Over on South Avenue, Interboro now takes a 34-21 lead early in the second half.
Upper Dublin now has a running clock. They're up 35-0 midway through the third. Here, 2nd down and 2 for the Panthers. From the 43, Crawford one more time. He'll be near first down yardage. Gets a little push there from Bill Brown and friends. And that second effort gives them the 40-yard line and another first down. That will keep things ticking. Jackson Jeremiah back in. Gavin Pilson checks out.
Haven currently has 369 yards rushing.
It's about where they land at the end of every game, and here we still have most of the fourth quarter remaining here. 9:45 to play and counting here in the fourth. 2 tight ends, Faribault and Ryan Weinberg. On 1st and 10 from the 40, sweep to the near side. Jeremiah leading the way for Fuskas again. Gets a good block, cuts it back on the full speed at the 20, 15. Bob Fuskas will not be denied. He is in for the touchdown, 40 yards. Ran through the last 3 tackles on his own, and the Panthers are all but put this one away.
What an effort at the end of that play.
Fuskas, 2 touchdowns tonight, give him 13 on the season. And 156 yards on the ground tonight for the senior halfback. Tim Steyer on for his 5th extra point try. He's converted on his first 4. Maneker to snap it, Milligan to hold. Ball spotted, kick is away, plenty long enough, and good. Steyer drills it again. Strath Haven 35, Upper Merion 3, 9:23 to go here at George L. King Field. And folks, don't make any plans for next Friday night. Looks like we're coming back here. Be back in a minute as well here to see what Upper Merion can do on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Duckling's Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field. Strath Haven 35, Upper Merion 3. Bob Fuskas, second touchdown of the evening. This one from 40 yards out, bulling his way over the goal line. And the Panthers now leading by a bundle. And Tim Steyer just trying to challenge himself maybe, put the T on the 35 instead of the 40. Referee just offered some assistance, and they'll have it teed up where it belongs. All right, 9:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. Upper Merion trying to get something going here. High end over end kickoff. It's going to come down to Quinn Seals at the 15-yard line. Ever dangerous, looking for room up the left hash. Cuts it back. Panthers swarm him nicely. Matt Jones all over him with help from number 31, Jack Schuster. Nice coverage that time by the Panthers against a very good returner. All right, Upper Merion's last drive took them to the 1-yard line and had a shotgun snap go awry. And the Panthers cap a 95-yard scoring drive after the fumble recovery by Jay Curtis. And 1st and 10 now for Upper Merion with the hill even steeper. 9:15 to go here in regulation. Marcus Crittenden split to the near side. 2 receivers to the left. In motion comes Quinn Seals. Etheridge, play fake and rolling to his right. Dumps it to the right flat. It's complete to Scavella. He's met there by James Fisher. The sophomore runs him out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. Gain of maybe 5 on the play. Crittenden has been awfully, or was that Scavella? Was that 8 or 9? I'm sorry.
That was number 9.
9, I'm sorry, Scavella. I don't know why I said Crittenden. I saw a 9 there. And
no, we like to give everybody
silly
credit.
Me, yes. All right. So Scavella is on his 3rd catch of the night. He's up to 23 yards on the evening. 2nd down and 5 here for the Vikings as they break the huddle. All right. 188 yards passing now for Zayd Etheridge, who's in the gun once again. Back to pass on 2nd and 5 with time. Now running out of it, firing to the far side. This is Seals, steps away from one man. 1st down yardage across the 40, 45, and out to the 46. So gain of 12, and that's where they want him to have it. You don't send Seals very far down the field, out into the pattern very often. Catch it, see if you can make a guy miss, and a couple times it's worked. That's his 7th catch of the night, just 31 yards, but he's had a couple of nice gains and a few others that have gone for next to nothing.
Well, if you can't get anything on the ground, you got to get the ball out, and hopefully some of these receivers can make some plays.
Back to 1st and 10. Etheridge gives, this is new back Yusef Riley, number 2 for the Vikings. Gain of maybe a yard. That's Yusef Riley on the carry. Number 2. 2nd down and 9 upcoming. And the Panthers' run defense, again, has been fantastic. 17 carries for 1 yard for the Vikings tonight. So, Bez has had positive yardage, but a couple of big negative plays as well. 2nd down and 9, back to pass. Etheridge throws to the flat. It is caught by Bez, who makes the catch but loses his footing. Had to go high to get it and had a tough landing back at the 39-yard line. So they're going to lose, maybe 8 yards on that play. Turn it into 3rd down and long. So Bez, his first catch, and Austin Connor influenced that one for sure, leaping high and making Etheridge float it a little higher than he wanted to.
Well, there aren't a lot of 3rd and 17 plays in the playbook, but they have a good passing attack.
Yes,
they can get somebody open. I mean, it's, Haven's making sure nobody gets behind them, and that gives you some leeway.
Panthers will rush 4 here on 3rd down and about 17. 2 receivers to the left, and Etheridge rolling that way. Looking, has time, fires, looking for Clayton, who has gave a little bit of a push off, but pass overthrown anyway. Incomplete. It falls 4th and forever for the Vikings. They bring the punt team on.
Late third quarter, Perk Valley up all over Owen J. Roberts, 56-6.
Yeah, it's more or less a repeat of what happened in the regular season matchup between those two teams. So Perk Valley looking to be in good shape leading into another home game next week.
4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Coatesville and Downingtown East still tied at 15.
Wow, that should be a good one. Good finish there. Here, 4th and 17. Nolan Clayton takes the snap, thinks about it. He's going to kick it away. Line drive kick is going to take a hop, and Sam Milligan's just going to run away from it. Smart play.
Yep.
The competitive part is saying, I want to pick that up and make a play.
Right.
The smart thing to do with a huge lead and 6 minutes left is not to get your quarterback hit.
Well, not to get him hit, not to, why give up a fumble? I mean, the points are going to make a difference at this stage of the game. But, the idea that you would, get hurt or do it, there's no reason for anything. Let's just play the game for the next 6 minutes and get ready for next week.
Strath Haven 35, Upper Merion 3. Panthers with a long field in front of them, starting at their 16-yard line here. But this, their last possession, a 95-yard scoring drive. So can't say it's not been accomplished before. Wing T, 2 tight ends. Familiar look here from the Panthers. Give is to Bob Fuskas on first down. He'll push out near the 20, just a little shy of that, maybe the 18. Gain of 3 on the play, and several white jerseys on the stop that time. Marco Kauffman is going to check in at tight end. Ben Faribault checks out.
I'm a little surprised he's still playing the varsity. On the other hand, I think Upper Merion is such a strong team. I'd be afraid to put too many JV guys in there right now.
I think if you get this out near midfield with a little more breathing room, pick up a first down or two, we might see some mass substitutions here. 2nd down and 7. On the sweep, looking for him. This is James Fisher. There's a new face with the football. Turns upfield across the 30, and James Fisher out near the 34-yard line. First down, gain of 14 for the sophomore. And Cole Miller leading the way that time. He'll check out. Gavin Pilson back in. So Fuskas.
Well, they're not that particular run, but the Panthers are now at 428 yards.
It's been a dominating performance once again by this offensive line. The 2 tight ends and all 3 backs that block for each other so well. We're inside of 5 minutes to go here in regulation as Sam Milligan comes to the line. 1st and 10 for Strath Haven at the 34. James Fisher in the backfield. They'll give it to him one more time. Straight ahead he goes and into the teeth of the defense. That's Connor Crawford, the senior linebacker, wearing number 43 on the stop. That's James Fisher on the carry out to the 38. 2nd down and 6 after a 4-yard gain. So we'll, again, try to keep you posted if there's other score updates as this one starts to melt. Panthers just 4 minutes and 20 seconds from moving to 11-0. It's been quite a while since they've had an 11-0 record. I'll get back to that after this play. 2nd down and 6 from the 38. Give is to Fisher one more time. Into the secondary, and explosive. And boy, he was a shirt tail away from breaking it. James Fisher into Upper Merion territory at the 44-yard line. Give him 18 more and another Panther first down.
Downingtown East takes the lead 17-15 on a safety. 3:50 to go in the third quarter. Ridley 3 and out. Springford looking to take over. 28 all. 6:50 to go in that ball game.
Oh my goodness.
Did you say Springfield?
Springford.
Springford.
Springford and Ridley.
Anthony Crawford's night is over. He is checked out of the game. Shane Green now into the backfield as well. Austin Connor wing to the right. Green and Fisher in the backfield. 1st down and 10. Milligan under center from the 44-yard line. This is Shane Green up the middle for a couple. Nolan Clayton there to meet him. And good work by the Upper Merion defense continuing to battle. Andrew Haney, 84, also in on the help for the Vikings. But that's Shane Green's 2-yard push there. Gets it to 2nd down and 8. Now mass substitutions. Out comes Milligan, Connor, and the entire offensive line. Mass substitutions here for the Panthers with 2:59 to go in regulation. Evan Menaker checks in. Jake Kitchen will run the offense under center here. 35-3 Strath Haven. James Fisher will check out as well. And
fortunately, we've called the JV game, so you know all the names, right?
We've got it covered. Ryan Henry in at halfback. T formation behind Jake Kitchen on 2nd down and 8. Kitchen gives to Shane Green, and he'll go right into the arms of Andrew Haney's for the 2nd time in a row. Maybe a yard to the 41. Brings up 3rd down and about 7. Started to say, last time the Panthers were 11-0, Dan Connor was the fullback.
Oh.
We're going back to 2003. And
that was part of the continuing run on their undefeated years.
Even that 2010 team that won the district lost the opener at Upper Moreland and then went on a fantastic run to the state semifinals, or the state quarters back then, against Archbishop Wood, and took the district title.
That was the last time we really had a chance to beat Archbishop Wood.
Yeah.
Then they went on to be a dominant force for years.
3rd and 7. Kitchen back to pass as a quarterback sweep here is going to be outnumbered by some white jerseys, and for the 3rd time in a row, Andrew Haney on the stop for the Vikings. 1:40 in county to go here in regulation. Kitchen will, I think,
he lost some yards.
Maybe lose a yard. We'll put it at the 41.
Too bad.
No gain on the carry for Kitchen.
Well,
third, it'll be 4th and 7. So I think
they moved it back to the 10.
Back to okay. So 4th and 10. Clock ticks. 1:21 and counting. Coach Clancy's going to bring everybody to the sideline here. I think he's going to end up calling timeout and bring the punt team on. But he's going to end up, I think, running the clock down. Well, he may not even take a timeout. They may even just take a delay.
Just take the 5 yards, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now you're going to call the timeout. All right. Strath Haven calls timeout with 1 minute to go. They'll get the punt team squared away. And we'll say thank you to our terrific sponsors and others who've made this broadcast possible. First round playoff action's been fantastic. Be back in just a moment. Strath Haven leading big with a minute to go here on havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpignatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith.
4th quarter action here. Strath Haven will kick it away on 4th and 10. Sam Milligan in punt formation awaits the snap from Menaker, takes it and lets it go. Milligan, a terrific high spiral, fair catch, signal for, and muffed. Ball scramble for it, and it looks like Upper Merion's on it. Seals had it hit his shoulder pads, but does pounce on it back at the 5-yard line. So terrific kick from Milligan there. 39 yards on the punt, no return. And long field for Upper Merion with just 51 seconds remaining. So looks like the Strath Haven second teamers will be in on the defensive side of the ball. And 1st and 10. So into the game here. Good to get some playoff action for Alexi Gustafson and number 52, Phil Collins on the defensive line. Joined up front there by Jordan Drain, who saw some action tonight earlier in the game. Sean Henry in at linebacker alongside of Shane Green and Ryan Henry as well. Evan Menaker in at defensive back. Ben Milligan in at free safety. Zaid Etheridge in the gun on 1st and 10. Back to pass from his own end zone, fires down the seam. It is caught by Crittenden. Ben Milligan makes the stop at the 27-yard line. But nice delivery right there. Crittenden has had himself one heck of a final game as a senior. He's going to be slow to get up there, maybe a little twisted up on the tackle, but Crittenden, 8 catches, 113 yards. And another terrific delivery from Zaid Etheridge, who's now 24 out of 31 throwing it for 213 yards. No turnovers off his arm tonight. 1st and 10 from the 27. Etheridge fires to Crittenden one more time. He's got a head of steam, and he'll be stopped shy of the first down at about the 35. turns it into second down and about 7. Clock ticks. 11 seconds to go here in regulation. The clock stopped. There was a timeout. Did Upper Merion call timeout?
Did he go out of bounds? He didn't go out of bounds.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Clock stopped momentarily, but that will do it. Well, Upper Merion, for the first 20 minutes of this game, was in control. Panthers were down with 4 minutes to go, down 3-0 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, and then rattled off 3 touchdowns in those last 4 minutes of the first half and finished with 35 unanswered points to take round 1 of the playoffs. The Panthers will move on. 35-3 is your final. We'll be back in just a moment for a quick recap and some chatter about what we're doing next week. Glad you're joining us on havenfootball.net.
Selling or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to George L. King Field, where the Panthers have had a very pleasant experience this season, and it will extend now at least one more week. 35-3 is your final tonight over Upper Merion, and the Panthers will get another home game next Friday with, looks like Springfield on its way down here for a Central League rematch. And Mike, this game was 35-0 last year. This year, I will say Upper Merion looked much, much improved. They were way more experienced with a lot of senior leadership. They fought to the very end, and they controlled this game for really, the majority of the first half.
First quarter, we were all looking at each other, and I'm sure if scores were being reported throughout the county and District 1, a lot of people were saying, whoa, 3-0 Upper Merion and Haven's not scored. We were surprised, and a job well done for Upper Merion. They played as well as they could. They had a plan that worked. They just couldn't hang on enough to be able to make any real serious damage, but they were a threat, and if it makes them feel any better, they had a lot of nervous Strath Haven fans in the stands in that first quarter.
Nervous indeed, but hey, the Panthers have a lot of senior leadership as well, and boy, did they come through tonight with 450 yards rushing, the majority of it on the legs of Anthony Crawford and Bob Fuskas. Mix in Sam Milligan and Austin Connor with some effective running as well. And the Panthers march on. They will take on, it seems to be Springfield. We don't know the final?
It's not final, but it's all but final. 42-7 early for
That's
fourth
final
quarter.
enough for me.
Yep. All right.
Springfield's leading.
Springfield leading big on Phoenixville. That's a running clock.
As we speak of that, it is final.
Okay.
42-7 Springfield over Phoenixville. It'll be a rematch of earlier this year. Springfield will come here to play Strath Haven.
All right. Well, congrats to Coach Chris Britton and the Cougars. And another local rematch lining up for next week. Ridley in a dogfight right now up at Springford, so there may be a replay or a rematch as well. If the Green Raiders can pull it out, they will hit the road and take on Garnet Valley. So could be rematches galore next week in the quarterfinals of the District 1, 5, and 6A playoffs. But we'll have all that and more posted on the website in the next few days. We will have stats tomorrow, play of the game later this weekend, 50-yard line early in the week, and a whole lot more. But thank you again, Mike Clancy, wonderful job on the camera. Pat Clancy for getting everything set up here in the booth. For Pete Fulginiti and Andrew Kauffman and Mike Mayer, you guys do an amazing job with the website, the broadcast, and everything else that keeps bringing football action to Strath Haven fans and others. Strath Haven 35, Upper Merion 3. Brian Carroll signing off for the night. Good night, everybody, and great football.
This internet broadcast has been a production of havenfootball.net Incorporated. All rights are reserved. Thanks for watching and good night.